Hey everyone, it is Tristan with Nerdette's Newsstand, and I picked up the second issue of Old Lady Harley in this mini series, and because I did really enjoy the first one, it wasn't great, it wasn't something like memorable, but it wasn't bad, and this is just kind of got bad. Like I really didn't like this at all. The story is by Frank Tieri, and the art is by Miranda. And it starts off with this scene, and they did this last time with these like news segments with I forget her name, Vicky Vale. And it's doing the same exact thing, except for we see like the exact same scene that happens at the end of World War Z in the first one, and then it goes over like we've got this zombie Wayne Gretzky going on, and we still got President Power Girl who's old and gets bit by a zombie. Which literally this has nothing to do with what is going on in the story. Then we get another advertisement like last time they did the Condiment King. But this time it's for the Monster Hurler 3000. Which was kind of like that gun that threw out those eggs that instantly turned into these monsters. But now we get a girl one called the Lady Monster Hurler. I still have to get one of these. It throws out girl. It throws out girl monsters. I mean, come on, how can you go wrong? Okay, anyways, then we get this flashback, and we get to see Harley before she had gotten in the car with him. And basically they're, on a rampage again, going through each other. She's basically saying, you're not allowed to kill anyone, because she had killed Penguin, and now she doesn't want to. She doesn't want that feeling on her anymore. And he says he's okay with it, but he's really not, it's a Joker. Come on now. Like, he's not going to kill anyone. But when we come back to present time, last time we had seen this almost Batman Beyond, and they were in the Batcave. Well, they're back there again, and they're having a conversation with Batman. And I'm not going to go through it all because it's just not that great. But Red Tool gets in a fight with Batman, and he's choking him. And Harley attacks him, and he realizes that this Batman that they've been interacting and fighting with is nothing other than like a hard hologram, and it disappears. And we get to see the real Batman, who is just hooked up to this machine that is, he just looks nothing like Batman should look. This is just insane. He's basically controlling all of these Azrael or Batman robots with his brain, and it kind of just looks awful. And you see a lot of these robots just lined up and ready to go, and she's basically asking, have you lost it? Why are you doing this? Why? And then we find out a lot of it has to do with the death of Nightwing, and we have no idea how he died. I believe he got shot, if I remember from the next couple of pages, but she says, she was devastated herself when she lost Dick because that was her ex-husband. So there's the first ex-husband we see, and we'll see this as a recurring theme, and it's not a great theme to have on this. I mean, it's basically just, Harley marries everyone in this one. And he explains why he does it, and now that he has been doing this, Gotham is crime-free, and he's basically the murder machine, which I think is like a throwback to Metal Gear, but he has basically just been a totalitarian of Nightwing, or not of Nightwing, what am I talking about, of Gotham. But the reason she's there and she talks to him about his Joker, she's like, is he really dead? Is he not? What's going on? And, he's like, she's dead. He's dead, but she still goes off to find him. They take the Batmobile. They go to this Arkham place. You're thinking, you're going to get to see a whole lot of villains. Well, you are. Just not how you ever want to see the villains. And the first person we see is Egghead, and basically shows them around. And I do like the art. Like, the art's good. The art's not great, but it's good. And we get to see this, like, kind of neat-ish picture of the villains, but they're all 95 and unable to go to the bathroom by themselves, apparently, because Riddler is walking around with no pants on, And it's so weird to me, like, to see it like this. I don't like this kind of story, I guess. Maybe it's me, and the humor is so forced in this, I don't like it. But we get to see, riddle me this, where are my pants? Okay. That was really, really good. And she's just talking, to all these different villains. Basically, the story is us watching Harley walk around. But she's essentially looking for Selena, and she does. She finds her. And we just get more horrible forced humor about how Selena can't hear. Like, it's really bad. Selena says what? And she said, Harley says, you remind me of someone back in the day. And she's like, what? I don't have any more Ben Gay. Like, and this continues. This isn't the first, or I think it's the first, but they do this skit too many times for it to be funny. And, Croc's there, and we get some more about all of the people that she's married. So Croc's like, speaking of exes, which one's your favorite? And she's like, Croc, or Dead Tool's like, Red Tool. Ugh. It's like Croc, Catwoman, Tony, Poison Ivy, Nightwing. And he just keeps going on, and then he's like, oh, well, you're never going to marry me. Like, it gets old, and it's not funny in the first place, so it's kind of cringy almost. I don't know, I just really don't like it. But Selena does go on to explain what happened to Joker. And one day in Vegas, he basically, took over and started going, killing people just on a killing spree. And he just basically says that, or she basically says that this day, he wasn't like himself. He wasn't going to be taken alive. And he wasn't, at least from what we see so far. And, so we get to follow Harley some more as she just gets in this teleporter and leaves. And they're supposed to be going to Vegas, but we've got these people from, I forget what their name was last time, like something weird. I don't remember. It's not really that important, but they have the Transporter Scrambler 3000. I mean, like, they have all these things that just come up so conveniently. And they send them somewhere else, and we don't know where, but the streets are empty. We see them kind of walking around. Croc and her hover around, and they're just trying to figure out where they're at. And we realize that they're in Bloodhaven, and there's just like a bunch of bad people around. And people are kind of descending upon them, and that's it. So we literally just spent $4 to follow Harley around some old people's home, a really cringy, horrible Batman, and to end up in Bloodhaven, and that's it. That is it. That's the whole comic. This is bad. I know it's only a 5-issue series, or mini-series, which is fine. I think I probably will end up buying the second one, because I know I always try to give these things the benefit of the doubt, but this was not good. The first one was at least a little enjoyable, but this one didn't have as many cringy, pop culture references. It was just seeing these villains as old and in their underwear is not something that I really care about. And seeing the best part of this was the flashbacks with her and Joker. And I've always said Harley's the best when she's with Joker. But that was the only parts that I was like, oh, this is actually pretty decent, especially in the beginning, when she's telling her little story about what happened after she killed Penguin. And I don't really like this story. I don't really think it's doing DC any justice as far as, good writing. So let me know what you guys think, but that is all I have for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.